Hello there, I hope everyone's having a great day today. Today we're going to be discussing the new episode of Attack on Titan, or well, probably the second newest episode by the time this video is up. Now in my opinion, this has to be one of my favorite and one of the best episodes in the entire anime. I feel as if the whole entire anime has been building up to this point where at the start you don't really know it, but you slowly start to get more and more information about what exactly is going on, and you just know at some point this was just bound to happen. Now, can I just start off by saying poor Falco? Like, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. This dude has been betrayed, deceived, and he probably thought that when he brought Eren down into the basement that he was probably just reuniting some friends together, and instead he finds out he has been helping their biggest enemy from the beginning. Now at the start he doesn't get this one bit, and you can just see if you look at him that he's so incredibly confused, and he starts to slowly figure it out like, hey, if Reiner knew this dude from like years ago, there's a big chance that he might have known Eren from the island, and that this isn't Kruger but Eren. Now there's small details in this episode that they don't necessarily talk about, but if you pay attention you can kind of figure out what is going on. For example, at some point Pieck and Porco are both being trapped within like a pitfall that's quite small and quite deep. The reason they are trapped and can't make it out is because if they were to transform into their Titan form, they'd be too big to get out and they'd basically be crushed by the walls. They'd still be trapped, especially when you realize that they're with two, they're not on their own. So if one were to transform, the other would be crushed, and they even talked about this in the episode. Now he doesn't directly mention this, but Eren asks Falco's help to do something similar to Reiner. Eren didn't just pick out some random cellar or basement in the neighborhood, he specifically chose the one they're in because not only could they hear everything that was being said on stage, it was also directly below a building full of people, and both Eren and Reiner knew that. Eren even mentions this to Reiner right at the beginning, right after they meet, and I think he does this for two reasons. Not only does he say like, hey, I'm about to blow up this building and kill everyone in it, he also warns Reiner that, hey, if you transform, you're killing everyone here. And so while Reiner isn't as physically trapped as Pieck and Porco, he still cannot do anything that they can't do, just for the fact that not only Falco would be doomed, but everyone in the building above them as well. I think this makes it even more screwed up, knowing the fact that Reiner seriously cannot do anything here. He can just listen to Eren talk and talk back, but in theory he's just as trapped as Pieck and Porco are at this moment. There's some little things I want to go over because I've seen a lot of people on social media talk about this, because at some point Falco is about to leave and Eren stops him. I've seen multiple people ask why Eren would want Falco there, and I've also seen multiple different answers to that question. Now the first answer, and I'm sorry to say that I don't think this is it, is that Eren respects Falco and doesn't want him to go back outside and then be at risk later after the declaration when Eren attacks. Now this would be very nice of Eren, although the reason why I don't think this is true is because literally in the next scene, after he transforms into a Titan, he takes out the entire building above him that's not only filled with just regular ass people, it's also filled with children who are pretty much as innocent as Falco, if not more. I'm not saying this is a fact, and maybe I'm that wrong on this, but I don't think Eren gives a shit. Now another reason that I saw why Eren would want to keep Falco there is because even if Falco didn't really understand what was going on yet, having someone run up there and just running the risk of them telling others that they're down there, or maybe even figuring it out for himself before Eren was done. So keeping him with them would definitely prevent that from happening. Now the last reason that I saw that I personally like the best is that Eren wanted Falco to know what's going on. He has constantly believed that they're devils, that they're evil, and that they're doing good, while in fact to Eren and his friends and everyone on the island, they were the devils and they did wrong. And so with Falco there listening to his story, Falco might be able to figure out like, hey, maybe we're just as bad as they are. And that leads into why I think Attack on Titan is so incredibly good. At this point, it's just, who do you root for? Do you root for Eren? Do you root for Reiner? And it's about to get crazier from what I've heard. Neither Reiner or Eren thought they were doing wrong. They both thought they were saving the world. I guess you could make an argument against Eren that he knows what he's doing now. He for a fact knows that he's doing wrong. He even states to Reiner that he has realized since living there that not everyone is bad and that some people are genuinely good. The same way that not everyone in the island is bad, there's good people there. Yet despite literally saying that, the next moment he ruins an entire building with good people in it. Now I do realize that they're all brainwashed to believe that everyone from the island is bad, but does that mean they're bad people, and do they deserve to die for that? So despite understanding him and knowing that he wants to get his revenge, I think from this moment Eren is truly evil. And to me it just doesn't look like Eren cares about the people there, just like they didn't used to care about them. And so as he is explaining this story to both Falco and Reiner is starting to break down, and at this point you just gotta feel truly sorry for Reiner because he's always struggled with it since he got back. It's as if he already realized what Eren has realized after living for years on the mainland. Not everyone on the island was bad, and so he probably feels really freaking guilty for what he did. Eren just coming back to drive that point home and smack it in his face doesn't make it easier. Now at some point Eren says to him, "We're the same, Reiner, we are the same. We're both fighting for our own kind, we're both thinking we're doing great deeds, we're both thinking we're heroes and they're the devils." But after hearing that, Reiner truly breaks down because he feels like he had a choice. Because if you remember, after they lost the Jaw Titan, Annie and Bertolt were about to head home and Reiner was the one that convinced them to keep going. Now if you watch season 1 again after knowing all this, it suddenly all makes sense. Because when you first watch that, it's like, why does the Colossal Titan, why does the Armor Titan, why do they break through the first wall and then disappear? Now we know why that was. They were just trying to get inside, trying to infiltrate, and at this point they were not trying to kill everyone there. That's why Reiner is just so immensely beaten and he's just like, "Eren, just kill me, man, just end it," because he feels immensely guilty. He feels he's the reason why this started. He could have called it quits, but he just kept going, and now Eren just says the same to him, like, "Man, I'm gonna keep going until my enemy is destroyed." And so he does, he transforms, he starts to massacre everyone, and it's just a really good parallel back to what happened in season 1 to Shiganshina. It's so damn good. The roles are reversed, they're the devils now, they are infiltrating and they're killing everyone, and it's crazy to see. I kinda mentioned this before, but at this point it's like, who do you root for? Did Reiner just become the main protagonist? Cause who do you gotta root for here? I think both sides are evil, yet they both have good people in there, and so you cannot ever really root for either side. I'm so incredibly curious what people think on this. I made a Twitter poll earlier and most votes went to Eren, so I'm really curious why everyone's voting Eren. Does everyone just prefer him as a character? Because how I see it, Eren truly is evil. He knows these people aren't all evil, yet he's slaughtering them. You can clearly, like very clearly, see the guilt eating away at Reiner, and maybe he just doesn't show it, but I don't think Eren feels any guilt. He's like, "You all killed my mother, so this is payback." So obviously I'm very curious to see what side you guys are on. Are y'all rooting for Reiner or for Eren? Because at this point I really just don't know, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. I am so incredibly hyped for what's to come. I've talked to manga readers and they've all told me that this isn't even close to what we're about to get. Can't wait for the next episode. I cannot wait to know how it ends. I cannot wait to find out what Studio Mappa plans to do after that these 16 episodes are over. Because they've said it won't be split, but I also am so sure that they're not going to be able to finish the entire manga just in 16 episodes. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And once the next episodes come out, I'll definitely make sure to keep giving my thoughts on it, to keep discussing it with you guys. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure to subscribe. I also want to do just more Attack on Titan stuff in general, like the Amaterasu video I uploaded, but then basically a breakdown on different kinds of Titans, so the Beast Titan, the Attack Titan, the Female Titan, and just go in depth on what they really are. So again, if you don't want to miss out on any of that, make sure to subscribe, and if you want to reach me, ask me something, or maybe give me an idea, make sure to follow me on Twitter, tweet at me, or even send me a DM, or just comment under the video and I'll get back to you. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.